Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be creating this look for you guys. I really do hope you enjoy this look. This is for a wedding day makeup, of course. Today's Bridal Menace Monday, so we're going to have a bridal video every Monday until I figure it's a good time to stop. Maybe? I don't know. But I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also be sure to go and subscribe to my channel down below. That way you guys can go and be part of my family. I would love to have you guys. It would mean so much to me. So please be sure to do that at the very end of this video or whenever. Just be sure to hit that button sometime during this video. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, so this is the makeup look that you would wear if you don't normally wear makeup on a daily basis. If you just wear a little bit of mascara, if you just wear a little bit of gloss, you don't do anything else. This is the bare minimums I think that are like so important that you should have on your wedding day. So that means your eyes, your brows. If you don't normally do your brows, you don't have to do that, but I would strongly recommend to do it. There's a little bit of highlighter, there's a little bit of blush. Now, if you normally wear bronzer or you like to wear bronzer, don't have it be your wedding day to experiment with bronzer. You want to make sure that you know how to do it ahead of time. That's really important. You don't want to be testing something out on your wedding day. You need the tried and true products, and these are the products that I would definitely suggest are tried and true to me, except with a couple of things that I'm trying out from BoxyCharm, but that's it. So this would definitely be a look for you if you just want something to enhance your eye color or just a little wash of color. This isn't for someone who wants to look like smoky and sultry. This is just very natural, just a better me than what I normally do when I wake up. What look like when I wake up, I mean. So I'm going in first with my Cover FX Blurring Primer. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and I'm going to be testing out today to see if it is worthy of being in my wedding. Come on. Come on. Okay, so it is, it's a little scary because it is darker than my skin tone, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that on my bad areas, which is pretty much my whole face. This is where I got it the worst. Sorry if my voice sounds weird. I just woke up. Just woke up from a nap. Okay, so far it feels really, really good. I do feel a little bit of texture on my nose, but not really, so that's pretty good. I'm just gonna go and add more to the rest of my face because I do have a lot of other areas that need to be blurred. So it does feel nice on the skin, I will say that. Wasn't sure what to expect, whether it's going to be greasy or tacky, which I was really hoping it wouldn't be. So far it just feels like Maybelline's blush in the shade Pink Rose, and go ahead and put that on my cheeks. I'm just taking this random brush that I found. I mean, I couldn't find my blush brush. I'm just gonna go ahead and take it on this crown brush that we got from BoxyCharm. By the way, this isn't like a BoxyCharm video, it's just whatever I had in front of me. So I'm just gonna go and smile and put that on the apples of my cheeks. Oh, whoa, okay. That's a little bit better than what my other blush brush does, because for this blush I didn't really have a lot of color payoff with it. Like, I'm kind of surprised with this one because I usually use my brush that we got from BoxyCharm a while back, and that really didn't do much with this kind of blush, so I guess I need a looser brush with this one. So far it's looking good. The cheeks are looking really, really rosy. Very, very a natural flush, because that's what I want to keep it to. It's just a very natural flush. Next I'm going in with the Physicians Formula Translucent Pearl Powder thing. This is also in my project pan, so I'm trying to pan this. So I'm just going to go and really lightly go over all of them. Sorry, I got like a frog stuck in my throat. I'm really going to take off the excess, but I'm really going to try and keep it very, very light. So I really don't want a really highlighted effect, just like a little dusting, really, is all I want. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on my cheeks. Because remember, this is for the bride who doesn't want a lot of makeup. She wants to look very, very natural. Maybe just a color to enhance her eyes, and that's about it. This isn't really about, you know, slaying the whole makeup game for a wedding. This is about being your natural self. Which I always do recommend when you're doing wedding, just to be a little bit amped up version of yourself, because I know my man doesn't really like when I cake on makeup. He honestly doesn't want me to wear makeup, but he knows that I love it, so doesn't want to say anything. So I'm going to keep that very, very natural, just like a natural glow. Just look like I'm glowing from within is all I really want to keep it at. I'm just going to go ahead and take some and put some on the tip of my nose, just really lightly, just a very, very light dusting. I mean, you're gonna barely see this. So it really looks like it's just your skin that's glowing. You don't want it to have it look like a big streak of using a really intense highlight. Now I think doing your brows, even though you're doing a very natural makeup, this is, like I said, this is for the bride who doesn't want to contour, bronze. They just want a little bit of blush, a little bit of highlighter to look like their skin is glowing, and something on their eyes to go make their eyes pop, and just a little bit of very natural looking gloss. This is for the bride who does not wear makeup on a normal basis, so you want to keep it as natural and as light as possible. So I really do think that even though if you don't normally do your brows or anything, it's always good to fill them in, because it creates like a nice little effect on your face to where all the focus is, it just brings life for this section. I noticed when I didn't do my brows and I was in younger grades and stuff, I noticed the big difference of just doing your brows, what it makes. It just brings all the attention to your face and not like everywhere else. And it's like the framework of all your makeup. So I really highly recommend that even if you don't do your brows on a normal basis or just something like that, it is really good to just fill in the sparse areas. You don't have to create a new brow. You don't have to make an arch where you don't have one. Just fill them in, because that's normally what I do. I like to stick to my normal shape. So I do recommend doing that. Now I'm going in with my Kokie brow pencil in the shade Ash Brown. I like to stick with something very, very ashy. I think it's the most flattering on my skin tone, and I think it is pretty close to my natural hair color. Now normally they say your brow hairs are a little bit lighter than your skin, are a little bit lighter than your natural hair. You don't have to do that. You could just match it to your natural hair if you really want. It's just your choice. I wouldn't go darker than your natural hair. Now obviously my hair is not silvery lilac, so I'm just doing it to whatever my brow hair color is. That's pretty much what I have to work with, especially if you do dye your hair. I would just match it to your natural brows. I mean, with and without, it's still the same color, so I would try and do it that at least. So I wouldn't recommend going in with an actual pomade, because unless you know how to work with them, I mean, honestly, I don't see the big difference. I really don't. But maybe I can go and compare the difference sometime in a future video or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and fill my brows in off of camera, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so next for the eyes. Now this is where it gets very, very personal, because sometimes some brides want to look natural where the eyeshadow color is a couple shades lighter than their skin tone, or it's a little bit darker, or just very close to their skin tone. Or some brides like to make their eyes pop, so whatever color correlates to that. So green eyes will be red, or not red. Green eyes usually is like a warm color, at least for me. It makes my eyes look really green. Blue, browns look really nice on them, at least I think. Pinks look really good on hazel, champagne, brown, any color, it just preference. So For me, I'm going in with Maybelline's Inked in Pink, and this is a color tattoo. I suggest sticking with cream products, that way you can build up the color that you want and not go overboard on the first thing. And plus, there's not going to be any primer or anything, and these things stay all day. For me, pinks are very, very natural on my skin tone. They're not very, they barely look like I'm wearing anything because of how natural the color is. Pinks to me are like my perfect kind of nude, because my skin tone, I know it doesn't look on camera, I look very yellow, but out in person I am very pink complected. It doesn't show it here, but I do have a lot of pink in my skin, and pinks just look natural as possible. Like, it looks like I'm not wearing anything. I remember I tried on, I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek, not sneak peek, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a hint of what my bridal makeup looked like. I tried on my bridal makeup for my friend when we went out, because I wanted her to get her opinion to see what look she wants, what she would prefer and what looks better on me than what me and my cousin tried out. And she said she doesn't know how to explain it, but pinks look so natural. It doesn't really look like I'm wearing makeup. It does, but it doesn't, because pinks look so natural on my skin tone as opposed to browns or like taupes. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on my eye. You know, with these cream shadows, you can build it up to whatever level of opacity that you want, which is really good for a bride who doesn't want to wear a lot of makeup or just wants to look as natural as possible. This just gives a nice wash of color, and if they do have hazel eyes or green eyes, the pink would look really good, or champagne or purple or whatever. It would just look like a little wash of color, not necessarily bam, you got eyeshadow on. It just looks like a nice little wash, which I am never complaining about. I love cream eyeshadows, especially for on the go. Like, these are perfect. Like, you can use a brush. I'm using my finger because that's just normally what I do. This is what I'm actually going to take the E.L.F. Baked Eyeshadow in the shade Pixie, which is honestly just, it's really close to my eyeshadow that I put on before, and I'm just going to take that on a finger. This is a baked product, so you probably do have to really go in and get some on your finger. But I'm just going to go ahead and honestly pretty much just set my eyes. Now, it does change the color quite a bit. It kind of makes it more of a rose gold, but still very, very flattering on the skin. And rose gold can look good on any skin tone. Any skin tone. It's just the universal flattering color, honestly. Whether you're warm complected or cool, because there's a lot of rose gold, it can be either or. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pat that on my eyes and make sure they're actually like the same opacity. So I like that one better, so I'm just gonna take my finger and kind of rub off, kind of. And the one thing I do like about when you put it on your finger, you can actually get it in the inner corner and make it look like a little highlight effect without really going in with a nice brush, which, I mean, that's just my preference. So I'm going to be taking my, what brand is this? Pretty Vulgar Black Eyeliner, and it's a little beautiful ink jar. Now, for me, I like, whoops, my mirror started to fall. For me, I usually like to wear a black eyeliner. Now, black can be very harsh on the eyes, so I would recommend, you know, choose what you want. If you want a really deep brown, then there's, what is that? There's E.L.F. in Espresso. That is a very nice deep brown that's really, really dark. That is also a great option if you don't want to do something very dark. And also, I think that if you have very blue eyes or very green eyes, browns would really enhance them, as opposed to black. It can kind of dull them down. So I'm just going to go ahead and dip my brush in this, and the one thing I hate about this packaging really is I can't see exactly where I'm putting my brush. So if you're a bride who loves to wear very natural makeup or just doesn't like to wear anything, I would suggest doing a small little line and just line your lashes, which gives the illusion of having a thicker lash line, I mean. So you would keep it around just like that. Now I'm going to go and fix it, but that's what you want to go and stay with. Now how you go and do your eyeliner shape is really based on what the bride wants. I like to keep my eyeliner, I like to have it stop right by where my eye ends, or try to at least, when I just naturally open my eyes. And I feel like it gives a nice doe-eyed effect. Very nice and doll-like, I guess to say. You would just want to put like a little bit of cream or white underneath your eyes to make it look like you got more sleep than what you probably really did. And I think that would really, really look good and make your eyes look bigger and more brighter. Me, I don't have a lighter color to put underneath my waterline, or else I would. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in with my L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. I would suggest getting waterproof everything. I don't know if they even have waterproof concealer or anything like that, but I would suggest getting waterproof as much as you can, because you're going to be crying. Weddings are very beautiful, and they do touch a lot of people's hearts, and you will definitely be crying, I'm sure, on your wedding day. So I definitely would recommend getting a waterproof mascara. This one really isn't waterproof, but, you know, I'm just wearing this one just because I do have a waterproof mascara, actually, of this one. But if you guys know a really good waterproof mascara, let me know, and I'm very willing to try out, because I am getting married next month. Actually, it will be like a month and 2 days from today, so that's very, very nerve-wracking. Now I'm going in with the Fenty gloss. It's very universal, it flatters everyone, but if you don't have the money for that, I would suggest going in with like an E.L.F. plumping gloss. Okay, it doesn't really plump your lips, I don't think it does, but they do have a very beautiful shades that do flatter every skin tone, I think. This one is in the shade Sparkling Rose, which is a very pretty rosy color, which I don't think really goes with this look. But there's also the Wet n Wild gloss that I really like. It's in the shade Rose Gold, which I think would look really good. So it's really just up to you. If you want to wear a creamy lipstick on that day, go ahead. But I'm going to go in with the Fenty lip gloss because I've just been really loving it for the summertime and just in general. So and that's what it looks like. I just think it looks really natural and just very pretty. Now I probably would have ixnayed this and then just left it as the cream, but I did want to go and set it down so that way it wouldn't what's the right word? It wouldn't crease or anything. It just depends on the cream shadow that you use, or if you do use cream shadow. It just depends on that, whether it'll crease or not. So then you would go ahead and set your face. I'm not going to go and do that because I'm going to test out how this primer is going to work without a primer. I mean a face setting spray. I'm just going to see how that does. So this is the finished look, you guys. So I really hope that you enjoyed it. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.